next guest takes on Corey Turner this Friday at LFA 36 live on Access TV. It is Taylor Johnson joining me here on the program for the very first time. Taylor, how are you?
Fabulous, man.
Awesome. Or are we in the library right now? You got a bunch of books behind you. That looks great.
I was just trying to find the best vaccine I could find.
I appreciate it. Look at you going out. First interview you've done, you're already improving the production value here. I like that. But,
absolutely.
It's the first time I've had you on the show, so I got to ask the natural question. How did you get involved in combat sports?
I wrestled my whole life. I grew up with a bunch of fighters, and it's just kind of been something we do.
Okay, great. And how was that transition from wrestling to mixed martial arts? Because they always say it's the best base to have.
It is the best base to have. I came from, obviously the West Coast. We've always been known for having pretty cool offense on our feet and stuff, and that's transitioned really well into MMA for me.
Now, I'm supposed to ask you if you're the younger brother of UFC light heavyweight Jordan Johnson.
No, we're just good buddies. We train hard together, but we just got the same last name. We have a lot of people that mix that up a little bit. It's kind of funny. They even tell Jordan, like, dude, your brother's crazy. It's funny. He's like, nah, he's not my brother, but we'll take it.
Yeah, no, he plugged you in my interview I had with him a couple months back. A really great guy. But I got to know, as someone who's close to him, does Jordan ever crack a smile? He's a pretty intense guy a lot of the times.
He comes across as pretty intense, but no, he's a goofy dude. He likes to have fun.
Cool. Okay, that's interesting. What do you do for work? What do you do for work besides mixed martial arts? Like, what sort of pays the bills for you right now?
I train. I teach people wrestling. There's some folks around here that like my style of wrestling, so I show teach them what I got. I do general fitness. I hold mitts for people, so I'm just basically at more mixed martial arts.
Yeah, just make it work, right? Like, and it's nice too that it's in the same industry. It's not like you're running from like a 9-to-5 job in finance and trying to take your suit off to get into a gi or anything like that, right?
Absolutely. And the gym that I train for, I trained there for about 6 months, and then they ended up giving me a wrestling position there. So I teach wrestling at the gym, so that helps a lot as well.
Excellent. Let's talk about your LFA debut last May. You scored the fastest KO, I don't know if you're aware of this, in LFA, RFA, and Legacy history. It was 8 seconds. Could that have gone any better? I mean, that's a pretty nice way to make a debut.
I was surprised myself, but I think. I was going to try to knock him out early, but I came out, and I'm guessing the guy was expecting me to wrestle. You see my credentials as a wrestler. I came out, kind of went high, went low, and his hands dropped, and that was it. So
cool. And what was the feedback like after that win? Because we don't see that too often in a fight that ends that quickly.
It was exciting. It was cool, but I wish it kind of would have went the distance because I've actually had a pretty hard time getting fights in the last year. It's been pretty tough. So. But, it is cool. It is cool to end something that quick.
And you got Corey Turner in front of you here this Friday. How do you feel like you match up against him?
It'll be a good matchup. He took the fight, which there's been a lot of guys who weren't really interested in fighting me. So he's got to have something. He's got to have something up his sleeve. So we're going to go out there and get after it, man.
We talked about Jordan Johnson. Who are some of the other training partners that you get to work with on a regular basis that are helping you get ready for this fight?
Justin Jones, I train with him full time. He's a ex-UFC guy. He's injured right now, but we get in work all the time. Tony Palafox is my main striking coach. He holds pads for me all the time. But Carl Santiago, I have some younger amateur guys that train pretty hard with me as well. But I got a pretty good little squad. I got like three to five of us, all around the same size that train pretty hard. So. And
how's the weight cut going, getting down to 185 for this fight?
It's not too bad. I've got it under control now. I'm only cutting, around 15 pounds, something like that. So
that's good.
It's not too bad. Coming from a wrestling background,
you're like, this is nothing. Weight. That's it's
yeah, exactly.
Okay, interesting. Is there one sort of meal that you really miss right now during training camp that you can't have, or maybe you're a beer guy? I don't know. Like, what are you kind of missing right now?
I just always, love pizza or burgers and beer. That stuff's always fun.
So safe to say we'll find you eating that after the fight. That's sort of the plan?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, cool. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
It will be Justin Jones, Tony Palafox, and Jordan Johnson.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's good. And I imagine Jordan's doing well. He just became a father. He's coming off that win. I guess everything's good on his end.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I'm really excited for him. He's a new dad, and he got his last W, so we just keep moving forward.
And let's talk about your fight. How do you see this unfolding on Friday at LFA 36?
I always go out. I've wrestled so much. I I use my wrestling to hit people. All I'm trying to do is knock people out. So I've done enough of the grappling. I grapple all the time, so I can just kind of stay away from it. But I plan, for the knockout as usual.
And I know you're not looking past your opponent here, but are you looking ahead sort of to maybe Contender Series after this or something along those lines? Because again, you're in a good division in middleweight, and also you got the undefeated record.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll keep working with the LFA if they can give me fights. I mean, I would love to try and get the title for them, but I have been looking at the Contender Series. I tried to get on there. Was it last year? But I was only 2-0, and they were, kind of iffy about it. So hopefully, this win, maybe another, will put me in a position that they'd be willing to take me. So
yeah, and kind of on that note of the LFA title, Ryan Spann is the champion right now. How do you feel like? Oh, sorry, that's the 205 middleweight. You're looking at Fluffy Hernandez.
Fluffy.
That's the champion right now. He just beat Brendan Allen. Just how do you feel like you match up against him if you guys were to ever sort of face off?
I think I would smash him, but I'm not going to start talking trash or anything. I know my teammate beat him up as an amateur. I just know that who I train with, we're on a different level. There's some tough guys out there, but we really train hard, and we don't take anyone lightly, but I don't think there's anyone I can't beat. So
yeah, and the good thing about LFA too is they really have a stacked middleweight division. I mean, I mentioned the champ there, Hernandez. They've also got Brendan Allen. They've got Ian Heinisch. It's really like good if you're a middleweight right now to get some tough competition and especially a guy like yourself who's having a hard time getting fights.
Yeah, absolutely. I see a couple guys that I'm interested in fighting. I'll probably start calling them out or seeing if LFA is willing. I have 2 fights for them. I don't know how they really work for, trying to get that title, but generally I'm guessing you need to have like 3-4 fights in order to win their title. They're not going to just give it to some guy who's, 3-4-0, but I hope that's something they'd be interested in doing. But yeah, I definitely would like to fight. Fluffy would be a good one. I mean, anyone who's down to take it. So.
What do you like doing on your downtime? I know you're a busy guy with work and everything like that and training, but are you like watching any Netflix or playing any video games or anything like that?
I used to play a lot of games. When I'm in camp, I have to be smart. I like to skateboard a lot. I live in San Diego. I grew up as like a country kid doing all kinds of wild ass stuff growing up. But here in San Diego, it's a little bit different. Obviously, we go to the beach and I skateboard a lot, but I have to stay away from the skate park and stuff like that just because I don't want to injure myself. Yeah.
Right. Have you ever wiped out at all skateboarding?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
plenty.
Serious at all? Like even outside of fighting?
No. I mean, I've had like an injury where it stuck around for a few months, but. No, it's all good. I try to, stay somewhat smart when I'm out there.
So you mentioned you used to play video games. Is it safe to say you were playing the Tony Hawk games at all growing up?
I was a little bit. I'm more of a first-person shooter guy, though.
Oh, okay, so Call of Duty then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Well, everyone's got to check out this fight. It's LFA 36, Friday, live on Access TV. Taylor, it was great getting a chance to talk to you, man. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs or anything like that, the floor is yours.
Let's see, social media, Tombstone Taylor. Check me out. I'm not really on Twitter that much. I got to kind of up my Twitter game, but I'd like to shout out the Malt Shop, Jocko Willink. Actually, I got his shirt on. Victory MMA, Tony Palafox. I have a few other sponsors. I know for this fight I have Vapor Fire, Direct Vapor, that's going to be sponsoring me. So shout out to you guys, and thanks again for the opportunity, man.